Okay, it is November 12th, 2019, first snow day of the year, and we are working on a blog post about the wood shop, so we are going to do a video as well. This is, didn't clean it, didn't go through it ahead of time, so what you see in there is typically what it's going to look like, so let's go. Alright, and so this is like right off of our back porch, so here's our hot tub that we hope works, our back door, so this is our dining room, and so this is literally right here. I'll just do a pan right here. It's about 24 by 30 foot. Some of this stuff was here, actually a lot of this stuff was here, some of the stuff we brought in. It has this huge 8 foot by 8 foot countertop, and it has like all this built-in stuff, so these are actually nails and screws that the previous owner left for us, as well as even more over here. And then like all of the counters and everything he left as well. Even some of his old tools he left, which I'll show you in a few seconds. So if we swing around here, the pegboard is new. I put the pegboard in. I actually had this piece of pegboard from when we lived in our apartment, didn't know what to do with it, and then it fit almost perfectly right here. These are all of my tools. This is kind of where I keep like the drills and everything, my Craig jig. Larissa calls it a Craig jag. And then down here, I just kind of have some scrap wood. I want to do something with it. I keep my towels right here, sandpaper, brushes, unorganized but typical. And then up here, I have some more storage as well. These things were labeled at one point and organized, but I need to relabel them. And then if you swing around here, this is where I keep like my paints, my stains, all that kind of stuff. All of this stuff I need to go put downstairs in our basement just because it's not heated in here, and I keep some more storage. I need to go through all of this shit. A lot of it's stuff that I brought with me from previous projects. Like I did a nativity scene project a while ago. I have no use for all of these wooden heads. And like this stuff is things that I don't think I'll ever have a use for, but the previous owner left. Some books right here. This is some of his previous tools that I still use. But this is really cool just to have this huge space right here. So if we swing back here, so this wall, it kind of has this pieces going across, and that's really nice for storing wood. And so that's what I do. Someday I'd like to insulate the space and put some like actual like maybe like shiplap or drywall or something, but until then it's kind of a storage spot for it. This is a drill press that the previous owner left. My father-in-law tried starting it and it kind of started smoking, so eventually I think it needs to go maybe the motor needs to be replaced or something, but we'll see. And then over here, this is my miter saw. I kind of like the setup of it. Oh shit, excuse me. I like having it back here. It kind of it was a lot when it was out in that main area, like by my table saw, and so kind of having it tucked back here makes it a lot easier. It also gives them some spans, so there's like this space and this space for those arms to extend when I'm cutting longer things. These are some legs from a desk that I had in my apartment. I think these are maple. Yeah, I think these are maple, and so I wanted to keep them. The top of the desk turned out like crap, so I just kept the legs. Swinging around here, this is more wood storage. All of the pine is mine that I brought. These are all kind of cut really small because of the benches that I'm building right now. And then all of this darker stuff, the previous owner left, and you can see the duck right there too, the duck that used to be on the front of our house. We had probably a month or so ago, someone came by and we sold them a whole bunch of like scrap wood off the floor. There's still a ton here. And there was a lot of just like old stuff that we really didn't have a use for. This is also where we keep our lawnmower. I need to figure out what to do with it in the winter because we're probably not going to mow it again this year. So you can see right here kind of the size of this as well. And this is just a nightmare that needs to be addressed as well, and some unfinished projects. So moving along, this is where I put the molding that we have. There's some extra siding from the shed. We took down a piece that was kind of separating the shed from the backyard. Some drywall. Our 2 French doors that we're eventually going to put in our living room heading into our office are right there. And then all of this shit, I don't know. This is a piece of drywall. Tried moving it myself, busted it in half. Ladders, my table saw, which I got my table saw. It's a pretty cheap one from Ryobi. I got from Home Depot probably a couple years ago. It works out really well. I was really nervous to use it at first, but now I'm fine with it. Swinging back this way, here's again the large 8-foot by 8-foot island. Here is the top to the bench that I need to finish. The bottom, some shutters I never got to. 2 fans, I don't even know where those came from. Some cement blocks I need to take care of. And then swinging around over here, I'll show you some of the more like storage things. This is the router table that Larissa got me last year for Christmas. I really need to learn how to use it because I feel bad that it just sits here. And then, yeah, this is a saw that he left as well. I don't think it works. And then here's where I keep like some of my hand tools. All Ryobi, I really like that brand, they're affordable. And then down here is where I keep my shop vac, which I really need to figure out as well because it's very messy right now. So again, here's that same view. Looking at this back wall, some more storage up here. Yeah, it's a really nice space. I'd like to really finish it off. I'd like to insulate it and drywall it, and then build cabinets someday. I think someday I'd like to replace this big 8-foot by 8-foot thing by maybe 2 smaller ones that are more mobile. One thing that we were talking about is like this is a lot of space, but this piece, like you can't really move this. It's huge and obnoxious. What we're working on right now, this is a bench top for a client who ordered it. We're just waiting on that to dry. That's actually pretty dry. And then this is a sign that's gonna go in our our kitchen. We stained it with ebony stain, and then we're gonna paint over it and then rough up the sides. So there you have it. There is the wood shop.